Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Is it clean? All right. Clean. HAS is still getting his. Okay, we need to hurry up. Check 1, 2. Audio, white balance. We went, let's see. Okay, wow, you good? Okay, good. All right. You need food? Good. Okay, for anybody going live, we're going to go live in 1 minute. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'd like to make some very preliminary remarks and introducing our guest, and then you'll hear from her, and then she'll be happy to take all the questions that you may have. Right? I just want to say that there's been few things in my life that have been as exciting and rewarding as today. I think you will find that we have brought to the university an exceptional individual who will take this place, this good place, and make it an even better place. After an extensive search that began last fall, the University of Louisville has found its next leader, and what a leader she is. You're going to see that here in a few minutes. Today, the Board of Trustees has unanimously approved the appointment of Dr. Neely Puto as the 18th president of the University of Louisville. Interestingly, today, April the 3rd, is the anniversary of the founding of the University of Louisville in 1798. And we planned that all along. We're operating with a really tough calendar to make that happen. Dr. Bendapudi brings impressive credentials to this position. She's an academic star, earning national teaching awards, and more importantly, raves from her many students and faculty colleagues. As an administrator, she has made a significant impact at her current institution, the University of Kansas, where she has improved the academic profile, implemented strong business practices, and proven very effective in fundraising. And she's proven to be a community builder, someone who can help create, restore, and strengthen relationships both on the campus and within the community. As a university that plays such an important role in our community, this is very, very important. We are very excited that she's going to be joining the University of Louisville as its next president. Before asking her to speak, I do want to take a moment to talk about our interim president, Dr. Postal. When Dr. Postal agreed to serve as interim, he inherited a situation unlike anything that the campus had ever experienced before. And you know, it's tough being an interim president. You don't have the moral authority that you do when you're the permanent president. You don't have the same portfolio. But Greg did a superb job under very difficult circumstances. And I just want to say on behalf of the Board of Trustees how much we appreciate the way he guided the ship during difficult times. But today we look forward into that next chapter with our next president, Neely Bendapudi. Dr. Bendapudi came highly recommended by our consultant, Bill Funk, who pointed to her as a rising star in academia. The more we looked into her credentials, the more interested our board became. So we brought her in for one of our finalists for the position, and she simply stated, she simply blew us away. She has so much enthusiasm and background and passion, and you'll see that on display here in a moment. And as impressed as we were with her academic credentials, we were equally impressed with her administrative ability, her fundraising, and her friend-raising efforts, and her involvement in her city, her academic field, and the business community. All of those accomplishments are well documented and easy to quantify. But what set her apart is her energy. The university presidency, as you know, is a 24/7 job. It's not for everyone. It never stops. The trustees and our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends, we're looking for someone who can take us on our many challenges and build bridges, not only within our campus community, but also within the local community, our business leaders, our legislators, our other political leaders. We need someone who will inspire our alumni, our donors, and our fans. We need someone who checks all those boxes. Neely checks all those boxes and then some. Neely, we're delighted that you're here today. I really like the outfit. I want you to welcome the 18th president of the University of Louisville, Neely Bendapudi.
Thank you.
You're great.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
great.
Thank you. Appreciate
It's
it.
nice you have your family there.
I do. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited to be here today. I really am, and I'm so grateful. Every single person I've met since I've come here throughout the search process, every student, every faculty member, every staff member, every person in the community who didn't know who we were, have been so gracious, so welcoming, so thoughtful. I could not pick a better place to call home for hopefully a long, long time to come. So first of all, I want to thank the board. Chairman Grissom, the members of the board, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for your trust in me. I give you my word that every single day, every single moment, I will do my best to make the University of Louisville, a great university, rise to even greater heights. Yes, I don't know how you all planned it, but I like the good sign of Founders Day for this event. I also want to start with a special thank you and to introduce to you to members of my family. We are a team. My husband, we start our 35th year of marriage together this year. Professor Venkat Bendapudi. Our daughter Surisha is here, and our son-in-law Kyle. It's very good because they were able to drive in from Chicago. And one other member of my team who's somewhere back there, Michael Wade Smith, who will be joining me here. He was my chief of staff at the University of Kansas, and I'm so delighted that he will be able to come with me to Louisville as well. What attracted me to Louisville? What would not attract me to Louisville? Let's think about it. The most diverse university in the state of Kentucky, a vibrant, dynamic community, incredibly dedicated faculty, incredibly talented staff, and students that have clearly impressed me. I know I saw the student body president and the one to come, so it's a biased view, but my goodness, are they impressive. Thank you. And to be in the midst of an urban community and to be a metropolitan research university, that is an opportunity that, frankly, I could not pass up. In the coming weeks and months, my hope is to be out there in the community. You will see me and Venkat everywhere. We love that. We love being part of a campus community. I can't wait. On these conversations, on these visits, my hope is to hear from the community what their hopes are, what their aspirations are, what has worked, what has not worked, and how do we work together. That is the most important thing. No one man, no one woman is Superman or Superwoman. Not one individual is able to change the world. What matters is our working together. I'm deeply committed to the ideals of one university, one team. Together, we will win with integrity. That is what matters. In our pursuit of excellence, we will be one team. And as long as we are one team and we are each making progress, there's truly nothing that can hold us back. I know that some of you will ask me about the vision, exactly what my priorities would be, where I would go, and I will tell you that would be incredibly presumptuous and arrogant on my part to say I've sat far away and studied and I come in with a prescription. That's not what it is about. But I'm happy to share with you what I think the key drivers of higher education ought to be, especially public higher education and research-based public higher education. And it's very simple. I'm a simple person. I like to break it down to the most common levers that we can all focus on as one team. The first and foremost in my mind is making sure that the University of Louisville is without question a great place for our students to learn. That has to be the cornerstone of everything we do. We are a university. That is our most important mission. Every aspect of student life we will look at and we will be dedicated to improving. Whether it's inside the classroom, outside the classroom, we, as an institution of higher education, must live up to the highest ideals of society. And it begins with a commitment to every single student that comes to us, that we position them for success. In order to do that, to make it a great place to learn, what is vital is that we make sure our faculty and our staff, and we have some incredible faculty and staff. If you doubt me, look at the number of Fulbright scholarships we have. Look at the breadth of offerings, from the arts to the sciences, the humanities to health. We've got it all. We need to make sure that our faculty and staff view the University of Louisville as a great place to work. We must be the employer of choice for the best and brightest to come here. And then, in order to ensure that, we need resources. So my hope is that working with all of you, all across the Commonwealth, all across the country, all across the globe, we get our friends, our Cardinal family, alumni, employers, citizens of Louisville, everybody, to view us as the best place to invest. Because when people help us, what they're doing is they're saying, we trust in you to make Louisville a strong force for the good for the next couple centuries, correct? That is what is driving them. So these are the three things we'll look at: a great place to learn, a great place to work, a great place to invest. Through that all, my foundational values have not changed. This is who I am. This is what I've talked about for 20 years. We will be a place that celebrates diversity in all its forms, diverse thoughts, diverse viewpoints, diverse life experiences. We celebrate it. We will be a place that is dedicated to fostering equity, because the dream for all of us is, no matter who you are, when you walk through these doors, you are a part of the Cardinal family forever. And I've learned to throw the L. Go Cards! Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I would be happy to take a few questions. And by the way, please don't be intimidated. My name is Neeli Bendapudi, and I promise you it'll roll off your tongue. Just try it. Yes, sir.
I don't know if this is a question for you or for Mr. Grissom, but what is the current status of interim President Postal? Will he remain with the university?
That would be a good question for the board.
You ladled it off to Leroy, I see. Dr. Postal would have been here, except he's on holiday with his family. He'll be back Thursday night. But Dr. Postal will stay here in some capacity. We're still talking about it, resuming his responsibilities over at the health sciences area.
Thank you.
I'll get out of the way.
Dr. Bendapudi, it's no secret that U of L, the last president left under less than ideal circumstances, and we all know what's been in the news. Did that give you any pause in taking this position, and how do you particularly plan to address the unique circumstances of this particular vacancy?
I certainly read up on it, tried to educate myself as much as possible, and then I looked at your faculty and staff and the fact that they stayed through. That meant a lot to me. This was not a place that they thought, we give up, there's no hope. I used this analogy before. It's not the most elegant, but that's really how I see. I thought I was looking at a diamond with some mud smeared on it. I'm a recovering banker, so I know value, right? So I thought about it and said, this is a great university. Look at its long tradition and legacy. Yes, there was a tough part, but now is time to show our resiliency. So I genuinely believe, wholeheartedly, or I wouldn't be here. We all have those choices we make. I really believe that the best days for Louisville are yet to come. I have no doubt in my mind about it. And that's not because of any magic I will bring or any secret sauce that I bring, but I believe in the people here. I think our location is unbeatable. I think we could be such an attractive place. I mean, come on. The food, the music, the art scene here, the sports, we have it all. So I think it's a thriving environment. I think it's a fabulous university with the caliber of our faculty and staff and our students. So will it be challenging? Probably. But I have complete confidence, and I've talked to a few very loyal alumni who are eager to say, how can we help? What can we do? So I'm very enthused about our opportunity. And I hope you are too. I think that's an issue across all public universities. And I do think that legislators themselves States also face great pressures. So it's our job to articulate why investment in higher education is one of the best things that any region could do for economic development. When you think of what attracts employers, what creates the tax base, quite candidly, it's access to talent. And I think that our environment in an urban university positions us uniquely. And I have complete confidence that this governor, this legislature, I would truly believe that they want to see University of Louisville strong and thriving after that period of uncertainty we went through. So I remain optimistic. I realize these are challenges, but I would also say it's no different at any other public university.
How do you avoid scandal in the future?
You know what? I wish I could say there will never be scandal anywhere. The way that you avoid it is to, A, set the tone. I'm a big believer. Culture is what you tolerate. So at the first sign, I really believe it. People talk a good game, but what will you allow to happen under your watch? And so really creating a culture that we want to protect the University of Louisville and the Cardinals for the long term. That means doing the right thing. That is the best way to succeed. The second way you avoid it is by making sure that people around you know. I define loyalty that way. That if you're a loyal person, it doesn't mean you go along with anything I say, but that you believe the best of me, and that we do that for each other. We would say, I know you would not want to do something wrong, and here is what I see as a problem. So a culture of openness, a culture of trust, and one of the ways I do it, Venkat says he doesn't like it because everywhere he goes, people say, oh yeah, we know Neely. So my way to make sure there's not a scandal is to be incredibly accessible to the students, faculty, and staff. Because the leader cannot be everywhere, but the leader can absolutely set the tone for who we are, what we will be, and what we will not tolerate. And by the way, I have to tell you, a great asset in that regard is the Board of Trustees. I've got the job and I'm still saying this, so I'm not saying this for their sake. I truly mean it. This is an exceptional board. The commitment, the care, the caliber of oversight that they would bring, I am very confident that they do not want to see the University of Louisville have anything that hurts it. Because we owe it to our students, we owe it to our faculty, we owe it to our staff, and we certainly owe it to our alumni.
Have you made a commitment to the board to be in this position for any certain number of years? Do you view it as a last stop in your career?
At this point, I do. You know, you never know, right? You would say it's got to be a good fit, but I have every intention of being here for the long term. That's my sincere opinion. Because change, as we've all said, this is not going to happen overnight. We will have lots of challenges that we need to work through. And if you have someone who's not committed, to give you an indication of how committed I am, now this is one way to endear yourself to your son-in-law, but I'm hoping they move here. You know, this is... No pressure at all. But I'm serious. This is where we want to be. And quite candidly, I want all of my friends all over the world to please come and see Louisville and see what they think. It's a gem. Why would you want to go somewhere else?
Had you been here before?
Yes, I'm glad you asked because this is not my first trip. In the early 90s, my parents, my father's now deceased, but my mother and father taught for 2 years at Northern Kentucky University. And we have lots of family in Ohio. I was at Columbus, and actually Kyle's family is from Southern Ohio. So we have deep roots here, and we've been here many, many times. And realize I was in Columbus, Ohio, at the Ohio State University for about 17 years. So we've been here many times. And okay, it wasn't me, but my husband and daughter did do the Bourbon Trails, okay? So let's just get it out there. Yes, sir.
One thing that several members of the media have covered in recent days is your shortfall in fundraising, specifically in sourcing donations to the university. Where on the priority list is the
Yeah, as I said, it has to be one of our top priorities. As I've said, as decisions come my way, I have a very simple rubric. This is what I've used. I will say, will it make it a better place for our students, right, to learn? Will it make it a better place for our faculty and staff to work? Will it make it a better place to invest? So something that I'm really hoping to do very early on is reach out to all of our friends and family, people who believe in the University of Louisville. It's hard for people to give when they don't know who the leader is and what their vision is and where they will take it. Just imagine. So it's only understandable. I view it as a temporary lull. I have confidence that the incredibly loyal alumni, I've met some of them, will be ready to step up to the challenge because all of us know we have to work together.
As attention follows that, Louisville has a lively startup scene and business is very strong in Louisville as well. What kind of connection or relationship will you have with the business community from the established companies like Indiana all the way down to the startups of oncology?
I'm very proud of my business background. I think that it gives me great both skills and ease and comfort with being in the boardroom, if you will. And that's something else that really drew me to Louisville because I talk about the nobility of business. That's a message you'll hear me say. A lot of places business is criticized as if you're in business, you have horns and that you're hiding. I don't believe that. I believe that the best businesses, are there bad people? Of course, in any walk of life, but that the best businesses know that they need to do right by the community for the long term, to be able to attract the talent, to be able to make it a place that people want to come and live and work and play. So I'm very optimistic that in my outreach to businesses, which I have extensive experience in, and I'm eager to connect with, that they will step up and help us in this endeavor. And you're right, it's the whole spectrum, from the startup to the established company.
Do you have a timetable for meeting with the students, the faculty, and I guess to some extent maybe the governor?
Oh, absolutely. I don't say I have a timetable I can set for the governor, but I certainly will tell you that that's something that I would do. My start date is May 15. I do have things to wrap up on my campus, as you can imagine, but before then I will be coming back and forth, but absolutely I intend to make all of those connections. And the board has most graciously agreed, each one of them, to connect me within their own network. So absolutely, yes. I know we will have their support.
And at this point, are there any details you can share with us on what the transition is going to look like as you come into constructing?
As you know, this has been such a quick process. I've literally just learned for sure. Yes, I had my jacket ready, but you never know. So my point is, give me a little bit of time. I intend to be completely available to all of you as much as I can. I want to come and learn before I have found as a leader that that's the smart thing to do. Not to come in with preconceptions, because so far it's been what I've learned secondhand through the media. I need to talk to the people before I set that agenda. Yes.
You mentioned earlier that metropolitan research was exciting. Can you talk a second about research?
Absolutely. It's incredibly important for us to focus on that research agenda. That's a big reason of why I'm here. Our profile in research. We are one of 2 major research universities in the state. And the reason that we want to emphasize research is it's a value proposition to our students. Why come here when they have other choices? Well, when they come here, they have a chance to be educated by people who are doing the cutting edge work, whether it's creativity, whether it's music, art, dance, or if it's the hard sciences. They are learning from people whose work will not appear in textbooks for a few years to come. So I think that's incredibly important. And it's also part of the economic development, because innovation is will be the bedrock, correct, of what will distinguish this region and this city. So absolutely.
David, could you take a few questions on the process?
Pardon me?
Could you take a few questions on the process?
Why don't we do that after we?
Okay.
Do you want to make an announcement, John, about the celebration tomorrow?
No, thank you. You're the president. Yes, I am. Thank you.
I don't know how to follow that. Real quickly, we will have 2 campus celebrations tomorrow to introduce people to Dr. Bendapudi. We will have one at 10 a.m. tomorrow on the Belknap campus in the Student Activities Center. We will have a second one tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. in the COSAIR CTR building downtown for our health sciences faculty, staff, and students. Everybody's welcome. Come join. You've clearly been impressed. If you haven't been, you must have been out of the room. But anyway, it's a chance to meet our new president, and I'm sure you're going to absolutely love her. So thank you all for coming.